Hi, it's Alan from Crashtest Security. In this video, I will explain why application security is important for businesses. So let's get started. Software applications are integral components of an organization's success. Unfortunately, while applications are built to support faster growth and enhanced user experience, these are also prone to security incidents without appropriate security mechanisms. This article delves into application security and why it is vital to adopt the proper practices and tools to ensure attack vectors do not exploit inherent application vulnerabilities. Knowing the basics of web security had never been so relevant. With the rising adoption of software applications in business, an increase in cybersecurity attacks shows an upward trend. Out of all such attacks, Perforce.com projects that approximately 84% of such cybersecurity attacks are carried out in the application layer. To tackle such attacks, an efficient application security mechanism requires a combination of tools and practices for identifying, remediating, and preventing security vulnerabilities throughout the application development lifecycle. By proactively fixing vulnerabilities, security teams improve the application's security posture since threats are mitigated before being exploited in production. Modern software development primarily emphasizes agility, where most efforts focus on streamlining the CI/CD pipeline. AppSec, on the other hand, blends security seamlessly into development and operations workflows to build safe applications while keeping development costs low. Why is application security essential to protect customers' data? Data security and privacy are core aspects of every application security approach. Every application processes and stores sensitive business information and customer data, often the prime targets in a breach. A data breach leads to a loss of confidence and trust of valuable customers and tarnishes a business's reputation in the longer run. On the contrary, administering appropriate AppSec mechanisms and data privacy policies also helps boost brand value, since consumers associate with companies that comply with robust data security safeguards. Most users are concerned about how systems handle their data. With proper data privacy regulations, customers are guaranteed safety against identity theft and credit card fraud to trust the platform. Adopting data protection policies also enforces an effective ethics code, since handling data responsibly is considered general ethical practice. Failure to protect sensitive customer data also attracts penalties from regulatory authorities, leading to loss of revenue or operating licenses. As the cybersecurity landscape evolves, so do the tools and techniques used to secure applications. There are several commonly referred to as best practices and application security tools to mitigate cybersecurity threats. AppSec Reports are one of the most widely used tools that are used as a reference to manage, monitor, and mitigate security threats throughout an application's lifecycle. What are they? Cybersecurity researchers and ethical hackers prepare an application security report highlighting top attack vectors, key security risks, and gaps. The document requires cybersecurity experts to look in depth at how an organization implements system and network security, performs ethical hacking and penetration tests, and then record their findings. The report documents the latest AppSec trends, tools, and best practices to protect network infrastructure, system, and user data through comprehensive surveys. Due to the significance of its real-time data points, an AppSec report is considered a valuable source to help security teams prioritize identifying, fixing, and eliminating attack vectors at the application level. Application security is a broad subject requiring multiple practices and tools to work in sync. An entire application security strategy encompasses several steps and can be categorized into different types depending on the features covered. These include authentication. Authentication involves creating rules defining who can access an application or underlying resources. Some common authentication mechanisms include username-password combinations, biometrics, devices, and access tokens. Authorization. Once a user has been authenticated to use an application or its related services, authorization determines what permissions they have during their session. Authorization mechanisms use roles and access control lists to verify access permissions. Encryption. Encryption safeguards sensitive data by converting plain text into unreadable ciphertext. Authenticated users are given cryptographic keys, which are used to decipher the data. Logging. Logging involves recording application events, making it an efficient approach to keep a log of historical data and identify who had access to a service. Testing. The use of automated tools and manual mechanisms to evaluate the effectiveness of a security measure. With more workloads moving to the cloud, choosing a cloud service provider whose platform includes reliable security solutions and is compliant with regulatory standards to prevent data misuse is vital. Apart from choosing the right service provider, it is common to use tools that form the first line of primary defense. These include application firewalls, role-based access control, multi-factor authentication, and input validation for incoming traffic. As a recommended practice, cloud service providers also require service tags to enable fine-grained control for network access. While applications are core components of a business relying on technology, the underlying security threats remain a point of significant concern. Modern applications are highly distributed, with most of them being connected to the cloud. This further increases the attack surface available for malicious actors. Recent research projected that roughly 83% of 85,000 applications tested had at least one security flaw. Some of the most common deficiencies in production included cryptographic issues, code quality, information leakage, and CSRF injection. While this data is alarming, it is notable that all such vulnerabilities can be mitigated by adopting exemplary practices and tools. Try Crashtest Security today to discover how it integrates into your development stack for efficient, automated vulnerability scanning. The trial is free. Also, subscribe to the Crashtest Security Channel to get more information about the most significant web security threats, their prevention, and how to use the Crashtest Security Suite. Thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.